Top Test Prep.
Hi, my name is Krishna and I'm a tutor with Top Test Prep. Today I'd like to share with you one tip to help you master the SAT math section, which is to pay attention to whether or not a figure is drawn to scale in the problem. There are many SAT math problems where they give you a figure and they give you no additional note. With these problems, you can assume that the figure is actually drawn accurately. However, there's some problems where they include one sneaky little line which says, "Note, figure not drawn to scale," as in this problem. For those problems, it is not only the case that they may have not drawn it to scale, but it is almost always the case that where they intentionally have drawn the figure so that if you would assume it's drawn accurately, you would get the question wrong. They essentially design it with this as a way to trick you. So, how do you avoid that trick? Well, if a figure is drawn to scale, if they don't include that note, then you could assume that it's accurate, and so you could use that information to your advantage. For instance, on this problem, if we're asked to solve for x, then we automatically should know that x is less than a straight line, so x should be less than 180, and x is probably not, for instance, a right angle, but is roughly in that area. So we can use the figure to give ourselves a sense of what the answer should be, even if we can't compute it directly. Let's contrast that with this second problem in which figure is not drawn to scale. Now in this figure, it looks as if we're dealing with an equilateral triangle. But in fact, we cannot be sure that that's the case because the figure is not drawn to scale. So it actually tells us that the triangle ABC is isosceles and AB is longer than AC, which is deceptive because that's not what the figure looks like. So when it goes on to ask us questions about which is false, we must really resist the urge to treat this like an equilateral triangle, and in fact we must do the opposite. Sort of assume that there are going to be tricks in there and only use what is explicitly given in the problem rather than using the figure. So, in conclusion, one key tip to helping you master the SAT math is to keep in mind whether or not they're tricking you with figures drawn to scale. And if you'd like more tips on how you can master your SAT math, you can sign up for one of our programs at 800-501-PREP or visit us at toptestprep.com.